Welcome to BattleBots at Home. We're getting closer and closer to the finish line as we now only have a handful of bots remaining in the competition. Next episode will be our grand final, but to determine who makes it there, we'll be going through the entirety of the round of 16, where 8 bots will be eliminated, while the other 8 bots move on to the quarterfinals to fight for the giant disc in our season finale. Without further ado, let's get into our first fight. We'll be kicking things off with the pasta-themed grappler, Mac and Cheese, facing off against the very deadly full-body spinner of Unintended Consequences. Let's get into that fight right now. Three, two, one. Let the bot battle begin. Unintended Consequences spins up and Mac and Cheese is on them immediately. Gets a good grab. They flip them over. They suplex them. They're upside down. And I think that's going to be it. Unintended Consequences cannot self-right. And just like that, Mac and Cheese will be suplexing its way to the grand final. The pasta-themed grappler has done the impossible. They will be fighting for the giant disc. Unintended Consequences goes home. If you haven't been paying attention to Mac and Cheese, you should now. This bot just got an amazing KO in one attack, less than a few seconds. And just like that, they're in the grand final. This amazing pasta-themed grappler just grabbed this full-body spinner, this dangerous full-body spinner that was able to do massive damage to their opponents, flipped them over, and that was that. Mac and Cheese is more dangerous than they look. Our next fight features the Battle of the British. It's the UK Hammerbot of legend, Beta, going up against the free-time MLU4 Robot Wars champion, Revolutionist. Which of these two top-tier British machines will have the right to represent their nation in the grand final? Let's find out now. Three, two, one. Let the bot battle begin. Beta immediately gets right behind the Revolutionist. Revolutionist getting hit with that powerful hammer. Revolutionist not afraid though, as they go right next to Beta. Rides up them for a second, but Beta backs up and slams the Revolutionist into the wall and now flip them over. Amazing counterattack by Beta. Beta just bringing out a hammer, being very aggressive, not giving Revolutionist a chance to self-right. They do have a self-right mechanism, but they're not getting a chance to use it as Beta just keeps attacking them again and again. Revolutionist just really struggling. That self-right mechanism is kind of slow. Beta not giving them a chance to fight back, and Beta is dominating this fight within the first 40 seconds. The Revolutionist still has not recovered. They're kind of stuck on the wall for a second. Things going from bad to worse as Beta slams into them. Revolutionist finally freed. They're spinning up that massive disc, but it may have come to my attention. A massive slam once again. Beta being merciless. That plow, that angle design is perfect for counting horizontal spinners. And Revolutionist may have met its match unless he can get a lucky shot, maybe disable the hammer, because that hammer is really causing him a lot of trouble right about now. Here we go. Revolutionist spinning up once again. Gets right into Beta's face. Getting some nice small attacks, but it's not that effective. And another massive slam from Beta. Slams Revolutionist right into the wall. That was hard to watch. Revolutionist getting bullied into the corner. They can't get out of there. And right now, Beta seems to be on top in this fight. Revolutionist has to make up some points right now and quick. Another good slam. Revolutionist takes off a piece of Beta's wedge, the side wedges, but Beta doesn't seem to care that much as he just pummel them into the corner, bring out a hammer. The hammer may not be doing a lot of visible damage, but it's at least scoring points. And they get behind Revolutionist once again. Very easy to get underneath Revolutionist, which makes it harder for them to control the fight. And another good slam. And another good slam. Just Beta just bring the slam special to Revolutionist, pushing them into every possible wall. Revolutionist needs to counterattack right now and fast, but Beta is on them like white on rice. But Beta, another massive attack. Beta just really showing what they can do. Very controlling. Revolutionist tries to fight back, but again, Beta keeps getting behind them. Beta is so well driven. Revolutionist on the sidewall. They nearly got Revolutionist out of the arena there. Could that be it? Could Revolutionist be down for the count? Beta doesn't care. They're going to keep hammering them anyways, just because they inadvertently bring Revolutionist back down. But things just aren't going so well right about now. Revolutionist doesn't really have a major... they flipped over again. Revolutionist has been flipped over once again. And time is up. The fight is over. This will be going to the judges, but I think it's safe to assume who will be going through in this very action-paced fight. The Revolutionists just never really got a chance to do anything. They got a few small attacks in, but Beta's angled design was just perfect for deflecting the hits of that horizontal spinner. And that bot was so well driven. They just slammed Revolutionists into every possible wall. Not a lot of damage was done, but that didn't need to happen. Beta being superior in terms of both control and aggression, and Revolutionists just did not have an answer. I think it's safe to assume who's winning this fight. And the winner, by unanimous decision, is Beta! Up next, we have two very deadly machines ready to do everything they can to kill each other. It's Sawblade versus Tombstone, and what is sure to be a spectacular matchup. Who will advance? Let's find out now. Three, two, one. Let the bot battle begin. Tombstone makes the first move, takes off a piece of Sawblade's front prow, and then rips off their own top pin and throws it out of the arena. Not really sure how that happened. It was pretty funny though. Both these bots are very dangerous in their own right. Tombstone proving that they get another good hit on Sawblade, which rips off part of the plow, and already Sawblade's taking massive damage to that front plow. Tombstone's clearly in the lead. It's going to be harder for Sawblade to properly get underneath Tombstone and corral them. And a giant piece of someone goes flying, not really sure what, but Sawblade doesn't care as they slam into Tombstone, gets underneath them, and brings down a hammer saw several times. An amazing attack, courtesy of Sawblade. And already we got ourselves a good back and forth fight. Both these bots want that space in the grand final more than anything. Sawblade made it to the quarterfinals last year where they lost the pump-up, but they'll be hoping to make it one step further. Tombstone, always dangerous, one of the most destructive horizontal spinners we've ever seen, but right now they're getting hit by Sawblade, who just isn't afraid of that massive bar of death. However, one good shot from Tombstone to the wheels could end this fight, and that's exactly what Sawblade's hoping to avoid. Tombstone is trying to keep the front point towards Sawblade. Sawblade's kind of just driving around. Now you notice that when Sawblade fires that hammer saw, and if Tombstone's not on the plow, they'll flip themselves over, which is bad control. So they gotta be careful when they time their shots. They gotta time their shots right or face the consequences. Pieces, again, of someone goes flying. I'm honestly not even sure at this point. Sawblade's doing wheelies, which is cool, but not good for helping them win the fight. Tombstone being a little bit cautious, I believe. They know that they go head-to-head. Sawblade can stop that weapon blade and bring down their own hammer saw, so they're trying to get to the sides and avoid a head-on collision. Sawblade's just trying to be as aggressive as possible to make up for the damage they've taken in this fight. Another good attack from Sawblade, not causing too much damage, but like I said, it's good for scoring points in the eyes of the judges. Both bots just trying to gain their bearings, just trying to get a good look, gauge the right moment to attack. Tombstone just turning and pivoting as Sawblade tries to get around things. You see Sawblade trying to get to the sides and back. Tombstone just turning and pointing, trying to keep the weapon point towards them at all times. Sawblade trying to be cautious, trying to be controlled, it would seem. This is way more of a technical fight than I initially thought. Both bots giving it their all in this high-stakes fight. Remember, the loser goes home. The winner moves on the fight in our final episode for the giant disc. This fight means everything. Tombstone backing up again, getting a few small hits, nothing too serious, but it does look good. Sawblade just trying to get around to the sides of Tombstone, failing there, but still not giving up the chase. Trying to fire that hammer saw. And we only got a few seconds left in the fight. It could be over soon. This is all about the last impressions. We're backing up, and the fight is just about over. This will be going to the judges. I would hate to be a judge. This is going to be a really close fight. Who knows who wins this fight? Now that was a close fight. Tombstone immediately doing damage to both Sawblade and itself. Look at this, frozen zone top panel out of the arena at the camera. pretty insane stuff, including this. Sawblade's getting underneath Tombstone. This was probably the best attack in the entire fight. Just getting underneath Tombstone, bringing out Hammer Saw several times. Amazing control and aggression from Sawblade there. And this was all about that. Sawblade probably wasn't going to win on damage, but if they extruded enough control and aggression, they might barely come out on top. But no matter what, this is going to be close. We have a split decision. The winner is Sawblaze. You'll probably be feeling deja vu in our next fight, as it's Pump Up once again taking on Smasher. These two already fought each other once in a main event matchup earlier in the season. Pump Up won that fight, but Smasher will be hoping to flip the script in this life or death matchup. Let's see if they can do that. 3, 2, 1. Let the bot battle begin. Good attack to start off the fight. Getting right up into Pump Up's face. A good hit right to Pump Up, courtesy of Smasher, but Smasher's been flipped over. And that's about that. It took 10 seconds. Smasher's not self-riding anytime soon. And Pump Up has defeated them for the second time in one season. Pump Up is going to the grand final. And I'm not sure if anything can stop them. Is there even a point in doing a replay? Smasher got one good hit in. It was a nice hit. They earned that. But Pump Up just did what it does best, and that's win. Pump Up is really good at winning, and winning fast. Got underneath them, flipped them over, lights out for Smasher. Pump Up, they don't mess around. Now we got ourselves a very interesting 5 versus 12 matchup as the always brutal Blacksmith takes on the deadliest race car around, Hypershock. Let's get into that fight right now. Three, 2, 1. Let the bot battle begin. This is sure to be exciting. Hypershock has been flipped over immediately. Hypershock in a lot of trouble. I'm not even sure how that happened. Blacksmith is not even a flipper. I don't know how Hypershock got flipped over there, but it has happened. And Hypershock, not really sure what to do. They can drive upside down, but not well. And they're at a massive disadvantage immediately. Blacksmith already in the winning position. Hypershock trying to hit the wall, maybe to help himself right, but it's not working so far. Hypershock crashes into the corner of the wall, and they're not looking good right now. Blacksmith looking at their prey and bringing out that hammer several times. The defenseless Hypershock is emotionless right now, and unfortunately, I think something in Hypershock has died. They're not moving at all, and I think that's going to be it for the fast-paced, yellow, neon bright machine. And I think that's it for Hypershock. Hypershock is done. They're out of the competition. And Blacksmith will be going to the grand final. Poor Hypershock. This one hit immediately ruined everything for them. Flipped over. They couldn't self-right. And they were just never the same after that. They tried to self-right, but it just didn't work. Eventually, they died in the corner. Blacksmith got the win. A very good win. And Hypershock is out of here. See you later. Better luck next time. Blacksmith goes through. Our next fight features Alien, the 4th seed who's been on a dominant, undefeated run all season. Their opponent is Very Violent, who actually made a top 8 last season. Will they be able to do it again? Let's find out now. Three, 2, 1. Let the bot battle begin. Very Violent gets right in the face of Alien, getting all up in there. Alien gauging their very weird opponent and throws him out of the arena, and it's all over in less than 10 seconds. Alien has defeated yet another opponent by out of the arena. Very Violent is very done. They are out of here. Alien moves on. Well, that's pretty much it. Very Violent got one attack in, which was nice, but unfortunately, Alien was not messing around. They got underneath them, and once that happened, it was all over. Froze that poor bot out of the arena like trash. Nothing really. Alien moves on in spectacular fashion. Now we've got a return of none other than our reigning champion, Whiplash, who wants nothing more than to win another giant disc. Standing in the way of that goal is Rotator, whose unique design has granted it some pretty good wins this season. Who will move on? Let's find out now. Three, two, one. Let the bot battle begin. Rotator faces off against the reigning champion, and Whiplash showing why they are dangerous as they rip off a piece of Rotator immediately. That spinner lifter combo is something of beauty as they lift Rotator above once again. Whiplash really fast, a very fast robot. Rotator is trying to gauge what to do here. They do have two weapons and can point both from the front and the back, but Whiplash doesn't seem to care that much. Rotator just trying to defend itself against this vicious barrage of attacks as Whiplash gets to the side of Rotator, pushes them on their side. A good lift there. Whiplash, they've taken a bit of damage to the front plow, but they simply do not care. They're still just as fast-paced as ever. Rotator just trying to get its bearings straight, trying to get out of the danger zone of Whiplash, but Whiplash just smothering them with every chance they get. Rotator is not nearly as fast as they are, so they gotta be more controlled and keep those discs pointed towards them. May try to damage the wheels or something. They're taking off another piece of their front plow armor, which is good to note. So, a massive hit takes off the entire top panel of Rotator and launches it into the sky. That disc of Whiplash may be small, but it's still powerful, and so is that lifter as they flip over Rotator. Fortunately, Rotator's design means it's the same way right side up as upside down, or vice versa. I don't really know. But Rotator is still just as effective as they were before, but still an amazing barrage of attacks from Whiplash. Whiplash driving to the side of Rotator. Whiplash is just so fast and so furious, just driving all over the place. Rotator just doing a spin move to try and defend itself. Oh, there goes one of the discs of Rotator. Rotator's lost an entire weapon blade, and just like that, they're down to one weapon. And Whiplash has this in the bag unless Rotator can get a lucky hit in. Rotator's taken massive damage so far. They've lost the top panel, they've lost one of their weapons, and Rotator is going to have to battle back here if they want to win this fight. Whiplash, if they win this fight, they'll get a rematch of Hydration, the only bot to ever beat them. They're still mad about that loss. Oh, and pushing Rotator in there, getting a good grab, taking out their anger on Rotator. Rotator has made it far, but it will take a lot to finally get to the top 8. If they can beat the reigning champion, that would mean a lot, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen. Rotator, not going to give up, though. You got to admire that. They're not going to give up. Going to keep trying to attack them with that spinning disc. Rotator stopping for a short period of time. Oh, but then they go in there. Rotator kind of slowing down. Is the damage starting to pile up? And Whiplash is just as fast-paced as ever. They have not slowed down at all. And they're using the backhand maneuver. Backhanding them with the spinning disc. Whiplash is so unique, so deadly. They can attack in ways other bots can't. And Rotator just does not have an answer. We're getting to the final seconds of the fight, and Rotator is just getting manhandled again and again. Rotator is not having a fun time, but they are surviving, which is impressive. Whiplash gets into the wall, Rotator onto the wall too, and the fight is over. This is going to the judges. You see pieces of robots everywhere, a bit of Whiplash, much more of Rotator. This is going to the judges, but I think it's safe to assume who was the superior bot. You see immediately Whiplash just so fast all the time, lifting Rotator with every chance, doing damage, getting control and aggression. They've dominated in all 3 categories. I think it's safe to assume they have this. Rotator did try their best, but Whiplash was just too fast, too dangerous, and too powerful. Rotator's an amazing bot, but in this case, Whiplash was simply better. This is why you don't mess with the champion. And the winner, by unanimous decision, is Whiplash! Now it's time for our final fight of the episode. It's going to be a big one. It's the number 1 seed, Hydration, taking on the 16th seed, Cobalt. Hydration is definitely the bot to watch in this tournament for a reason. They're undefeated so far, and that flipper has proven to be a deadly threat against every bot they faced. But keep in mind, Cobalt is very good at winning too. In fact, this vertical spinner is even able to win the New Blood tournament a while back, and one good hit could be enough to end the fight. Both of these bots are all-stars, but only one can go to the grand final episode. Who will claim the last spot in the top 8? Let's find out right now. 3, 2, 1. Let the bot battle begin. This is sure to be an interesting matchup. The new blood champion Cobalt going up against number 1 seed Hydration. Hydration froze Cobalt at the wall. Cobalt's upside down, and I think that's it. Hydration flipping in celebration as they know they have won it. Cobalt cannot self-right, meaning they are down for the count. Hydration has won this fight very quickly. It only took one flip. Cobalt, they missed the shot of a lifetime. They couldn't get the hit they needed to properly damage Hydration. They paid for it. Hydration just froze Cobalt right at our camera. Be careful with that. Look at that. Cobalt down, upside down, and unfortunately that's it. And with that, the round of 16 is over. Just to recap, Mac and Cheese took unintended consequences to Suplex City. Beta got the best of the Revolutionist. Sawblaze came out on top against Tombstone. Pump Up took down Smasher for the second time. Blacksmith turned Hypershock's world upside down. Alien was very violent in its match against Very Violent. Whiplash defeated Rotator. And in our last fight of the episode, Hydration ended Cobalt's tournament run. And with that, the grand final is set. 8 bots are left remaining in the competition, and next week, they will battle it out until only one machine is left as the champion. Who will be the one to stand at the top and claim the giant disc? Find out next week on the season finale of BattleBots at Home. We'll see you then.